educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before the noon. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed. When we play our roles and ignore the problems. I like to be away in my patience. Stay up, I feel so outdated. How can we look the other way? Sun is out, but the sky is gray. What would happen if I took a chance? It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow, I think I'll chew it. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed. When we play our roles and ignore the problems. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed. When we play our roles and ignore the problems. I wish I knew.
And we are live. Tim Bart's here, Law McArthur Ford with Go ahead.
Sarah Davis. You've always said it. I've been wondering when you're going to let me say my own name.
All right. We are here. So welcome in everybody. So hopefully everybody had a very Merry Christmas. Yeah, we had some fun. So a lot of family time.
A lot of family.
Yeah, a lot of family time and good family time. Well,
Good family time.
I don't know about your outlaws, what I call them, but your
They're in-laws, not outlaws. Well, maybe they're. Who knows?
both sides. You're on your husband's side over there.
My husband's
anyway, so we had a lot of fun though. So hopefully you guys got some everything you wanted, for Christmas and everything. So we are going to talk a little bit today, later in the episode, about the year and looking back in the year. Since the New Year's is going to be, it's just less than a week away, we're going to talk about that, about the year in review, and talk about some things, some videos that we did, some things that happened in the last year. Maybe you guys can remember some things as well, and then also talk a little bit about what's ahead and what we're planning to do, hopefully, in this next year with the channel here. So we're going to do some traveling, hopefully. So we'll have some fun. We'll go over that in just a little bit, but don't forget, we are going to record this as a podcast. So if you are wanting to watch this or listen to this on your favorite podcasting streaming networks, you can do any of those. I have a graphic on the screen if you're watching this on YouTube, and iTunes is not on there. I was reminded of that by somebody. It was the last one that I added, and I'm like, well, I got 15 already, so that's all right. So, but iTunes is available too if you want to watch it on one of those Apple devices, or listen to it, I should say. And if you're listening to the podcast, come on over, watch the live stream. We do have some images tonight, so several different images that you might want to see.
Yep.
We'll talk about that in just a little bit. So be checking for that. But so don't forget to, if you're new. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I do appreciate you guys if you smash the like button. We're going to talk a little bit about likes later, but it really does help out the live stream, helps out the channel, promotes it. It's free. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to become a member. It's free. You just, if you're in the chat, if you're watching this on a mobile device, you might have to shut the chat just for a second. Hit that like button, but if everybody hit the like button, I'd really appreciate it. So, and you want to give a shout out to the members?
Yeah. Now, this one's not a member, but it's his birthday, and he's watching from Scotland today. Rhino6722. He's from Minnesota, watching from on his birthday in Scotland.
Wow.
So thank you for watching on your birthday while you're on vacation. Joey Franco says, "What up, y'all? It's a Christmas quarantine."
Oh no.
Oh, we had that a few years.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ryan Foster, Happy New Year, everyone. Lanka, Merry Christmas from 4,700 miles.
Wow.
Oh, you're saying hi to Ridgeview.
Oh.
So, yep, that's how far Ridgeview is from us.
No, he's not that far, I don't think.
Oh. Okay.
You'd have to go from California to, unless they're in California.
Lanka.
Could be. All right.
She's here in Kansas.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, yeah.
All right, we got Jerry and Dan. So welcome all the members in.
John Rice, James Finch. Yeah.
MD Buck's in there. Mark's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Go K-State. They're playing in the bowl game coming up. I think
Trevor
it's Saturday.
Molenbeek just joined the membership.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome. Thank you to the welcome to the crew.
Yeah, welcome.
Don't forget to send me your information.
Yeah. All right, and speaking of that, so let's talk a little bit about that. If you do want to become, we got many members in here. If you do want to become one of our members in here, don't forget you can do that by clicking on the join button.
Taking my bit.
Oh, go ahead.
It's right there by the subscribe button. It's join. It's $5 a month, or $4.99 a month. If you are an Apple user, it's a little bit different. So you're gonna have to go to your desktop, or not desktop, to your browser. Your browser, and up at the top with the link for YouTube up there, it will have the big A and little A. You're gonna click on that, and when you do that, you are going to ask for desktop mode. Once you hit that, it should show up. And I think this goes for iPads as well.
Yeah, I think so. iPads and iPhones. So, and when you do become a member, don't forget you can actually learn a little bit more about the membership. But also, when you become a member, make sure all the member content is under the membership tab. You can now see it on the community tab as well. And I might do some other posts in there, but the membership, like videos and membership content like that, will be under the membership tab on our homepage. So you should also get it emailed to you as well. We actually are subscribed as a member via the law McArthur, just so we can kind of see what it looks like. So you should get that there as well. So, and then don't forget, we do have different merch and everything. Let's talk about some recent videos that's going out. Of course, don't forget, you can also email us. Email links to each of us are down there. You can see there. So Sarah answers most of the questions. I should change that from questions for Tim. It's the questions for Sarah.
Yes, please.
She handles most of the Ford Video Guy emails and questions. If she doesn't know the answer, she lets me know. And then if you're wanting to get a vehicle from us, then email me there at timothybarts@gmail.com. So
Blanca says she's traveling in Texas right now.
Ah, okay. That would be pretty far away.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's, over there, you can see the agenda right there. We're going to talk through that. So in just a little bit. First, recent videos. This last week, we did have the 2023 F-150 Limited Complete Guide video that went live last week, as well as we got our first black appearance package. We talked it in the stream, did a video walk around on the vehicle in our building there. So that one's live as well. And then probably tomorrow we'll have the 23 F-150 Rattler package. So I did a video on that one as well. As we start getting some of these 23s with these new packages, we'll be doing videos on those. So we'll be expecting those. We also have the very last video that I'm going to do in the F-150 series, the 23 Tremor Complete Guide video that is being edited as well. We should have those go live next couple days. As well as, speaking of Tremor, we do have our first 2023 Maverick Tremor has arrived. In fact, our first two, a Cactus Gray and an Avalanche, showed up today. Actually, yeah, it showed up today.
Yep.
So not quite Tremors for Christmas. That was the hashtag going out, but Tremors for New Year, I don't know. We can start that one if we want. But I got about 12 images of this. So these are side by side. Avalanche is on the left there. We do have the Cactus Gray on the right. So you can see the Cactus Gray has a little greenish tint to it versus the Avalanche. So you can kind of see which ones maybe you like between the two. Here's one from the back. So on this one, the Avalanche would be on the right side over there with the Cactus Gray on the left there.
Yes, James Finch, they are different colors.
Yep, those are different colors. So this is the Cactus Gray. The Cactus Gray was ready, and so I started picturing, and then the Avalanche showed up, so I took some photos of both side by side. But
I really like that grill.
Yep, so there's the grill. So you're going to have the orange accent on the grill. You can see the tow hooks on the front as well.
And not only that grill's different than the regular Maverick, it's more open looking.
Yeah.
I really like that.
It looks real sharp. And then you do see from this angle, I was trying to see that approach angle. So that bumper is different. So you have a more slanted bumper up there as well. And then there's a little close up. That is not like the Black Appearance Package logo. Just so you know, that is actually the same Ford emblem you get on the other. So it's not the blacked out like you see on the Black Appearance Package.
Blanca, the Cactus Gray is green.
Yeah, more of the greenish.
Yeah.
We'll get another image of that at the end.
But I prefer the Avalanche.
There's the Tremor shocks there on the front, so you can kind of see those and what that looks like.
Both are lariats.
Yep, but they're both lariats. There is the wheel, so you have one spoke that has an orange accent. That is the Falcon Wild Peak tires that come with that one. So I want to get an image so you can see the tire as well. And then we'll be doing a video on these. Don't forget, there's an inch here, so you can kind of see the vents there. So they're going to be black, like the Black Appearance Package on this one. I also like getting a picture of this because you do not have the temperature. It is the little icon, just so you know that looks like that's continued from last year. And then you do have a Tremor button there. So the one that left one where it says Tremor, that is your drive mode. So you have a mud rut mode. You're going to have a sand mode as well. The button on the right is your trail control. It's trail
okay.
control. So we were talking about that earlier. So this will have trail control. You see that in the Broncos and Bronco Sports and such. Basically it's cruise control for the trail. It allows you to set the speed from 0 to 20 miles an hour, or 19 actually, I believe. And it just it goes that way. That way you can control the steering and such, and you don't have to have your foot slip or something when you're on the trail.
Yeah.
And then the one there on the bottom, that is your rear locker. So you have that as well.
The climate readouts were taken off because they did not have those parts, correct?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They changed it because mine has it on there.
So there you have the pictures there of the inch here. This is the lariat trim, so it does have the leather, the black leather. Black leather there, and then we do have, it is embroidered, so that is nice stitched down on the backrest. So there you go, close up of that. And then one final side shot here. This is the cactus gray color right there, and this is before the Avalanche showed up. So if you do want to see, there they are side by side kind of. So the one on the left, on the right side is your cactus gray. The one that's back behind on the left where the nose is sticking out, that is actually the Avalanche color. So there you go.
Gene Hanks, the XL, you only get the tow hooks with the Tremor package, correct?
The orange toe hooks like that, yes.
Do you get tow hooks with the other, anything else?
No.
Like even regular tow hooks?
No.
No. So,
Maybe the FX4, I can't remember.
right. So Gene Hanks, your XL standard will not have tow hooks.
Yeah. Yep. Gotta be off-road capable to be able to pull people out.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, we'll be working on a video on that. Actually going to record that tomorrow morning. It might be Friday before we have that ready, but there you go. Anyway, so working on those. Also, don't forget, Thursday we'll be doing Facebook Live, 6 p.m. Central Time. Link is in the description if you need that, or just go to our McArthur Facebook page. All right. And don't forget, we always link the YouTube channels that we like to support. Johnny's Car Can Reviews is in there, as well as All Terrain Nation and a shipping YouTube channel that we kind of promote, which I might take that out, but I've been on there for a while. But there you go.
Have you heard of Aunt Barb? Did she make it to Florida?
She wasn't going to Florida.
Thought they were going to New Orleans.
They're going to Memphis. They're going to the bowl
right.
game in Memphis.
Says thousands of Kansas State fans have been canceled trying to get to New Orleans out of Kansas City and Wichita.
Yeah, airlines are crazy, but they're driving. So
okay.
They're driving. So way to go this time of the year. All right, you want to read the good dealer moment here? Got an image to go with it.
I guess. I was one of the many Week 1 Bronco reservation holders that got bumped to a 22 model year. When my Bronco finally arrived this past September, the team at Monaco Ford in Glastonbury, Connecticut did an awesome job. There was a mistake at the factory, and my Bronco arrived with one Sasquatch tire despite not ordering the Sasquatch package. So, one Sasquatch tire and none of the others. The Monaco Ford team got me the correct tire in less than 24 hours and correctly applied price protection, my private offer certificate, and C plan pricing. My father is a retired Ford employee, and I spend much of my time on the Bronco 6G and Bronco Nation forums helping people out with Ford questions and price protection issues. It is obvious to me after helping people that many dealerships across the country clearly have no idea what they are doing when it comes to price protection, the COVP process, private offer certificates, and plan pricing. I'm not sure how because it's all documented right in the dealer portal, but unfortunately some dealerships just don't spend the time on training their sales staff. It makes me appreciate that Blake, Brian, Jim, Kyle, and Nate at Monaco Ford did it correctly the first time without having to guide them through the process myself. And I thank you guys, Sarah and Tim, for helping so many people by providing them with information that they may not be able to get from their own dealer. Brian, or Ragnarok Khan on Bronco 6G, Bronco Nation, and YouTube.
Yeah, so, all right, and I've actually chatted with him on the Bronco 6G before, so pretty cool guy, so. All right, so yes, there you go. There's your good dealer moment. So if you have a good dealer, don't forget to email that to us, FordVideoGuy@gmail.com or Timothy Bartz, and we'll get that. And I like to highlight those good dealers out there because there are some good dealers out there. All right, so a lot of you don't realize this, but this week, Ford's closed. So they pretty much closed from right before Christmas through this week. They always close this week in between Christmas and New Year's. So the headquarters are closed, which also means the people that do the scheduling close as well. We got no scheduling information for this week. They didn't give us any kind of report because I don't think they plan to schedule this week. So I don't have any scheduling for this week for either the Ford or the Lincoln brand over there. So and for dealer news updates, the only one I have right now is the one that was released right before they also went on vacation, and that is on the 23 Expedition. So there is a running board substitution. I did mention this on the Thursday night Facebook Live, but on the XLT 202A and the limited 301A Expeditions that would get the chrome accented running boards are going to be replaced with the black running boards you see that are standard on the XLT 200A. So that is the running board you're going to get. So they're starting to do that on from the build week of 12/12, which is like last week, actually the week before. And if they have them in stock, they'll put them on there. But if they don't, they're going to put the black ones. So they're saying, just kind of remind your customers that when they come in, they may not have it. They're not going to retrofit. They're not going to provide the chrome running boards later. They are going to give a $75 credit, which I kind of laughed about on Facebook because, for one, you can't just say, here's my black ones. I'd like chrome ones now for $75. It's going to cost you more than that. You're going to basically have to buy all new running boards if you want to put them on there. So, which is kind of a shame. But there you go. So if you got an Expedition XLT 202A or a limited 301A on order and it was built after 12/12, then more than likely you're going to have the black running board. So they're going to look the same. The only difference is the chrome accent on the edge of it. That's the only difference on the running boards. But there you go.
Our Pavel says, "How do you know how many orders changed from hybrid to EcoBoost on Maverick?" No. There's no commodity report this week. Again, they're closed, so we're basically not getting any. Gonna have any dealer news updates or anything else. I should have taken a week off. I've always claimed that, hey, when Ford's closed, I'm just going to take time off because then that way I don't have to worry about any news dropping because nothing's going to drop while they're off. So they're all having fun. They're all basically take the week off in the headquarters and everything. Does
so
that mean that the factories are also closed?
No, not that I know of. But we don't have any build dates for this week.
That's right.
So I don't think the factories are. It's just the headquarters that are. Hey, just got a news update. Somebody's order just changed. Anyway, all right. So let's dive in there. I do have in the link in the Ford News. I have a really good YouTube video that I watched. I liked. It's from State of Charge YouTube channel. So what I like about them is that they're not all about clickbait and such like that, which we're going to talk about here in just a little bit for the Is It True, but they like to deliver the content that's true and accurate. And a lot of people out there have been putting out a lot of clickbait videos about driving in the winter with their electric vehicle and such, and how much different it is. People saying, I'm getting rid of my electric vehicle because of this, winter driving and everything. I mean, and all this. And so he actually has a video that he talks about driving, in the winter, some things to think about, some tips. He's got 8 tips. Plus, he also talked to one of the Ford executives on the Lightning and things they went into effect in that. And I do actually live one of the screens that they kind of highlight that shows you where your energy is being used. And if it's extreme temperatures, it actually shows you that some of it's being used for that. And he also mentioned in the video, the Ford rep did, I can't remember what his name is off the top of my head, but he mentioned that they always lowball things. They don't want it. They don't want to say, okay, you can get just because you want to have a nice number and say, okay, you can get 300 miles in the dead of winter when it's 0 degrees outside, and then you get 200 miles in and you're dead. They don't want that to happen. They'd rather be on the low side and be safe and make sure that you know how far you're going to go than to overestimate just to look good, right? So I've actually been happy with it. I mean, I've heard some people I know on Teslas that have actually can struggle to get from Salina to Manhattan and back to Salina in one day when they have to work and the car sits outside without being plugged in. I lose a little bit not being plugged in here at work, but not that much, and maybe 1% or something. I don't have that kind of issues, but anyway, I towed the winter.
Yeah.
With my, I towed a trailer when it was like 30 degrees outside from here to Fort Riley and back. So anyway.
Ragnar Khan says most of the U.S. based factories have their winter shut down this week. Michigan Assembly Bronco Ranger is offline this week, for example. It says Kentucky plant is closed until the 2nd. Kevin.
Okay. That might be why. I mean, we didn't
Yeah.
have any build dates for this week, so that would make sense. So,
Yep.
all right.
And then Vicky Dell.
Vicky, I did look up yours today. It's like about every day, and it still has the same status. They actually, I think what Ford can do is communicate, because it's really on the shippers. We've talked about this before, but they've communicated that when when your date window expired, that's when they can say, hey, can you look at this? And so they updated the date window to like January 9th to the 16th, I think.
Yeah.
So until that date window again expires, I mean, there's nothing else we can do, but it's still at ramp 54. It hasn't moved. So again, this is we've had 5 2023s arrive, and we still have your 2022 that has not been even left the factory, which is a shame. So wish Ford was watching these videos so they could see and hear this, so there's something more they could do. But
Yeah.
as dealers, it's frustrating. I mean, customers are frustrated. We're frustrated. Actually, we're going to talk a little bit about delay this in our review for this year, because our expedition had one. So we'll talk a little bit about that in just a little bit. All right. So the Is It True for this week, there were a lot of videos that went out in the last several months. We had somebody, Charles, actually sent me, hey, this might be something for your Is It True? And I thought it was a good idea. So is the Ford Ranchero coming? I mean, we have these YouTubers that have put videos out about the 2023 Ford Ranchero a couple months ago coming out, and everything else. And keep in mind, half of those videos are just clickbait. They're just trying to get views, they're just trying to get revenue and such. And we try here on our YouTube channel to be, don't have that clickbait there. I like to have an appealing title that people want to click on, but my video content's going to be similar to what's what it's about. And there's some other good YouTube channels that do that. In fact, Johnny's in here as well, and he's like that. But so keep in mind, if you see some of these YouTube channels, and I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm going to call them out. So some of the ones that you see out there that I'm seeing a lot of different clickbait on, that just have false information or not any new information, like if they have the word tech in their name and they're automotive, they probably don't know what's going on. So Tech Evolution has a video out, Clean Tech, Tech Triumph, some of those channels. Don't fall for that. Some of those, I have like one of those videos, like on we struggle as YouTubers. I know that Johnny does as well as I do, of getting our video content into people's into people to be able to see good content that can give them some great information. And then you have companies like this that have 30,000 views on a clickbait video, and it's like,
Jeez.
But anyway, do what we got to do. But yeah, that's not, from what I understand.
Yeah.
That's until Ford tells me that's happening, I don't believe so. I mean, the ones they're showing is like a regular cab Maverick, and they can't even build enough Mavericks down, let alone to add a Ranchero version of that. So probably not going to happen there.
Let's see. Patricia Ward said, have had Maverick owner have the deep sleep mode on, come in for service. What's the fix?
Every time I see a deep sleep on my app, then it usually means the battery is low. It's struggling, especially in the very cold weather. That kind of thing. So, I mean, we had it on, our Fusion hybrid, and we don't drive it for a while. It'll go into deep sleep mode. Sometimes, if you catch it where it's low but it's not dead, then you can go out and start it with the key fob and such and get the vehicle started.
Yeah.
And then get it warmed back up. So, sometimes when it's really cold outside, you might have that happen to where it won't let your remote start it from the app. It's just because it's so cold out there. I mean, it's going to happen. But it's nothing really, I don't believe it's, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with the vehicle itself. Could be just like, we had some people that said that theirs kept saying that, and they go in and the service department would check it, and then the battery's fine. And usually the battery is fine. But if it's really cold outside, that's just the way it is. So, there's no birds at all.
This Ron P says, this channel started out all Maverick, however, now it seems to be going off in many directions. For diehard Maverick people like me, I'm losing interest.
Yeah, this stream wasn't, I mean, we did talk about, we still do talk a lot of Maverick stuff here. But my goal is to deliver news information on all Ford models. So I want to make sure that everybody gets information on that. So we've been talking electrified vehicles and EVs and such. Whatever people, what's
F-350s.
what's that? Whatever Ford news. This channel is all about delivering Ford news and information. No matter what type of vehicle it is, it will be probably centered more around Maverick because Maverick's new, Bronco's new, Lightning's new. So those are the ones that people want more information on because they're new models. And so so we'll just see how it goes.
Someone mentioned the Town and Country.
Yeah, I haven't watched this video. I went live earlier. He said he's leaving YouTube. Again, is that clickbait or is he really leaving YouTube? I'm interested to see. I'll watch the video later tonight. All right. So let's do a year in review real quick. Talk a little bit about, and I figured tonight we probably wouldn't get as many people that we normally have because we're not delivering a lot of content. Again, we don't have anything when Ford's not putting out any kind of content this week.
That was the other question was they asked if allocations and regional allotments are the same. Nothing's changed this week because Ford is down.
Yeah. And we still have the same allocations. And like I said, next week we'll still be using December's allocations because that doesn't start like on the 1st. So next week we'll still be using December's allocations for that first week at least.
Johnny's car here. He said that he watched the video. He took for Town and Country. He took a few weeks off. Mitchell did his year-end review in that video.
Oh, cool. All right.
So there you go.
All right. So we're going to look back a little bit into January. So start in January, we did see some of the first 2022 Ford Mavericks started showing up at dealerships right around the first of the year. So a lot of that was happening. And the hybrids were finally getting released in December. So in December of 21, we did see some of the EcoBoost showing up, and the hybrids started showing up towards the end of the year, and a lot of them were starting to show up in the first of the year. Also, Lightning order start dates. So the first wave of invites went out in January as well, mid-January. So that was really fun to start seeing some people. We had our first Lightning reservation holder that was able to order in January as well. February, we did see, that's where we started seeing more and more chip delays that really started on a lot of different models. We'll talk about that. I know I originally had a February build date on our Expedition that got moved to March. So that was where we started seeing some of those chip holds and such. For me, that was about when February is when I made that trip to Maine. So I went up to see Ridgeview up in Maine. It was during that time, and I also hit the Chicago Auto Show coming back, which we're going to talk a little bit about that in just a little bit. March, we did see, first discussion. One of our videos, we did a separate video on price protection because that was starting to be really big because we did see a lot of different price increases around this time in February, March. So I did a video on price protection, how that works. And it was starting to become, a lot of talk about price protection, and it still is. Also, that was the month where Ford came out with the Ford Blue and the Mach-E or the Model E concepts, and that was announced was in March as well. So, and then in March is when my wife and I went on vacation to the Hill Country, and it's also when the Expedition was produced without the chip. It was a chip hold in March. Yeah. So April, the only thing I had in April that I could see for videos was the Lincoln Star EV was revealed. So they revealed that concept Star EV and such. That was kind of somewhere where they, going from, hey, we got Ragnar Khan.
Yes, I
became a
saw
member.
that.
Thank you very much. And then also for us, the Expedition continues to have a chip hold. And that was the month also I was able to order my Lightning. So in March is when I was a Wave 3 invite and was able to order my Lightning while the Expedition still was waiting on its chips to be bought. And we'll get into that.
Yeah.
May is when Mavericks, a lot of Mavericks got delayed in the month of May. So a lot of them got pushed back into June, into July. If you guys remember that. So some people that were scheduled then, they got pushed back. And May is also the time that
I had Theo.
Theo was born, our third grandson. He was born and she was out. So I didn't get as many video content out because she was gone. But and that is actually when the Expedition got its chip and got its released. That finally said it's been released from the factory, but it didn't ship. So we'll talk about when it actually finally shipped in just a little bit. Also went to Digital Dealer in Tampa during that month. June, first Lightning started hitting dealerships. I know that mine actually beat the first order person that was wave 1. Mine actually beat it here, but they started being shipped out in the month of June to dealers, and Expedition is still not shipped out at this point. And the my Lightning got produced and shipped out before the Expedition did.
Yep.
So that was back when that happened. And then July, Maverick ordering information came out for 22 model year about those unscheduled orders. I don't know if you guys remembered receiving those of, hey, here's what to expect. If you didn't get yours scheduled yet, you might think about making these changes. Remember that email went out? Caused a lot of fuss. Also, 23 order bank for the F-150 opened up in July. For us, that's when my Lightning came in. So my Lightning beat the Expeditions. I ordered it 2 months after the Expedition. Or no, I actually ordered it after the Expedition was built and received it a month before the Expedition, which didn't bode well for the family. But the Expedition finally does ship out after I received my Lightning in that month, which is kind of fun. And then in August is when the order banks got delayed on the Maverick. So speaking of Maverick, we had said August is when we were supposed to be able to order the Mavericks. And it got delayed. It got moved back. But we were able to order the Ranger, Bronco Sport, the Edge. A bunch of those opened up in August. Maverick Meetup happened in August. So our first annual Maverick Meetup was in August.
That was fun.
That was fun. I don't have images for all these. I need to have images. Oh, well. Also, that's when they released, Ford, since they did push that, the back, they released information about the Maverick Tremor around that time and revealed that, as well as we saw information on the 23 Bronco ordering information on what's going to happen, and they introduced the Heritage Editions as well for that too. And then also the 23 Lightning information and price increases came out. So that's when they came out with information on that as well. So always a lot of stuff going on in August, September when it comes to Ford new models and such. Then in August is also when the Expedition finally arrives after 4 months of waiting after it was produced. So that was there you go. September, we did see the Lightning survey go out, Lightning survey email for the people that had an invite saying, what do you want to order? Do you want a Pro, XLT, and the Lariat, which we did find out later in the year that did affect some people getting an invite a little earlier. They would have gotten it because they actually said they wanted a Lariat trim.
Yep.
Also, the Bronco carryover process information came out in September. And then, of course, don't forget new orders were delayed on those. So they said, hey, Bronco, if you want a new 23 Bronco, you're going to have to wait. And so that was released as well. The 23 Corsair, the refresh on that was released in September. Also, the 24 Mustang Reveal, which we went to. So that's something that we did. We went to the Detroit Auto Show, got a chance to see that reveal. And Maverick order banks opened up and closed in 5 days.
Yep.
Let's see, what else? October, the 23 Super Duty Reveal happened, as well as the order banks opened up later that month. We also did see another price increase on the Pro Lightning as well. And that's also the month that they had those canceled Maverick orders were released, that those some of those 22 Mavericks that got pushed back. We did get the information. That's when we got the information about those canceled orders. So, and then I don't have a lot for November, December, except that the Maverick and many other models started production in the month of November. They started producing. And then, of course, in December, we did see some of our first Maverick show up for 2023 as well. So there you go. It's kind of a recap of some of the video. And that's basically, I took some of the videos that we did. So it's kind of the information that I remember from the different video content that we did within the last year.
See, my year was, in January, I joined
Sarah
YouTube team, and then I got my Maverick.
Yes.
And then my next, after that, we just waited until baby got here in May. June, we got the puppy.
Oh, yeah.
13 days younger, or 13 days older than the baby. And then after that, I finally convinced my husband to order a Maverick instead of a full-size truck. So we have one on order, and I think that's pretty much it for us.
Yeah.
We've had a big year, but also, not too big.
Yep. All right, a few different things that I wanted to point out. YouTube always sends their YouTube creators their information about their numbers for their end of year, so they must go from December to the end of November, because I received this email this month. But so here's some of the highlights for numbers. So in 2022, we had 4.1 million views of our different videos, which is crazy amount of views. 45.5 million minutes watched of our videos. I'm sorry. 64.1 thousand likes of our videos. So appreciate all those likes. So 64,000 likes. I appreciate that. We had almost 13,000 new subscribers, 12.9 thousand new subscribers this year, which is awesome. And then talking about live stream for a second, we had 8,395 live stream minutes last year. That equates to 140 hours of me talking to you guys. And you guys watch it because we had 1.1 million live stream views this last year. So anyway, all right. So that's it's for those of you that like the little analytics. I know some people do. There you go. There you have it. So what's our goals for this year? So this year for our channel, kind of want to talk a little bit about some of our goals this year. So we do want to hit and try to get as much content as we can for you guys. We kind of felt like in this last year that this channel has kind of gone into more of a news outlet for you guys of what's going on with Ford news information when it comes to, whether it be, what new updates come out, what new products are coming out and everything. We want to take that to the next level. So we're going to try to hit as many of the auto shows as we can. So I think we can get media passes to most of them. We did get media passes to Detroit.
Yeah.
I was able to get media pass to New York for last year, but didn't go because of the vaccination requirement that they had there, and I'm not vaccinated. So I'm like, if I'm not going to eat, I'm not going to go. So that's what we did. But hopefully this year we have submitted and put in for the Chicago Auto Show in February. So we're hoping to get media passes for that. Should be able to get media passes for the New York Auto Show in April. I do plan to go to Supercell. I don't know if anybody's coming with me, but I'm driving the Bronco to Supercell.
I'll go with you.
April. That's April as well. I think around the 19th.
What's Supercell?
That's the Bronco party, basically.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do ride and drives and everything, and I haven't taken mine on trails, so I'm looking forward to doing that with some people that know what they're doing, because I don't.
I'll go with you.
And then Digital Dealer, I will be speaking at Digital Dealer with somebody, co-speaking with somebody at Digital Dealer on video. So that's in May. And then June, do plan to go to VidCon.
Yep.
As well. And then September, Detroit Auto Show. We'll try to hit that again. And then November, the Los Angeles Auto Show as well. So I do plan to do meetups for people. So if we go to these auto shows, the goal is to try to get there a day early and maybe the night before do a meetup for anybody that's in the area that wants to. So it was really fun when I got a chance to do that in Las Vegas with some people. In fact, Tim is actually in here. Got a chance to meet up with him in Vegas, and that was a fun time. So we're going to try to do some of those things. If people are in the area, then great. I'll meet up with you someplace at a restaurant, something. That's always fun to do as well. So anyway, so somebody said free vacay. No, actually, we're the dealership's not paying for all these auto shows, so we're going to be paying for those ourselves and flying ourselves to those. So I think we're going to try to see if Sarah and I both can go to those, and so we're going to be doing that and be using the YouTube revenue that we have to go on those trips to bring that content back to you guys. So
Sean Martin says we need to go to CES as well, not just auto shows.
CES.
What is CES, John Martin?
That's I think computer electronics or something.
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah, you give me some stuff that you guys think that we should go to.
Because we may not have heard some of these things that are around.
Yep.
They might be more local.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Get us some of those. Send those to us. Got the email addresses down there, but there you go. So, all right, that's all I was going to talk about that. Okay. So we can get it listed in some
Any questions? I know there's been a few. I've been letting Tim talk. Yeah,
go ahead. If we haven't answered any questions, go ahead and start. I'm sure we missed those. We're not going to start over. So go ahead and start dropping those questions in the chat now. And so we can get to those. So we want to make sure we do that. So CES is in Vegas, is a Vegas thing. January, I think. Oh,
scroll back just a little bit.
Yeah, let some others come in.
Yeah.
CES is Consumer Electronics Show. I know sometimes they'll do stuff on some of the vehicles and such. So, New
Would
tech. There's a lot of
hauling-
tech in these vehicles, so that's always good.
Would hauling a 400-pound toolbox in the back of my Maverick cause the drop in what I can tow?
Your payload will affect your towing capacity. Yes. So you usually will have a total combined vehicle weight ratio and such, and so that will go into effect. I actually did a video on that. It's been a while, but it talked about towing and hauling and such, and how that all is affected by that. But yes, if the more you have in your bed of the truck will affect your towing capacity, or should be. So
Yeah. Let's see. Everyone says chips. Can you be more specific? As in what chips and what PCBs, printed circuit boards, are affected? I'm beginning to feel the auto industry is using this as an excuse.
there are microchips that they're not telling us. I don't know for sure. Maybe somebody more educated than me will know, or maybe more in the know than I am. That's in that kind of a scene. I don't actually know anybody at the factories and such, so I don't know what microchips. But we're seeing some of the vehicles that are being held up. We did see a lot of the Lightnings being held up for microchips and such. So I don't know if it's which ones they are, but
Austin Smith says, what type of oil does the 23 Bronco Sport ship with? Synthetic or conventional? What's the recommended miles between oil changes?
I believe the mileage is 5,000 miles, and I think it's just the traditional oil. I don't think they're shipped with synthetic oil. So
Earlier, Cameron Cattery says, would adding black appearance package possibly delay my 22, now 23 Maverick XLT with Lux and Copilot? I'm not seeing that it's constrained currently. Would switching to EcoBoost be faster?
okay, so the black appearance package they're going to be scheduling about 10% of the Mavericks will be black appearance package.
Yep.
So so it is a smaller number. So keep that in mind, as well as the Tremor. Tremor is like 8%. So I did see somebody asked in here about, is there a chip hold that they've heard of on the Maverick Tremor? No, we received two, and we have another one that's in transit as well. So don't believe so. So
yeah. International Auto Show in Portland, Oregon.
okay, actually heard of that one.
Okay.
I have to remember that and look that one up. I actually did see that one come up, and they said February.
Are we expecting a larger than usual Maverick allocation for next week, since there's been several weeks without allocations?
We have 25 allocations not used for December, so that we hope we'll get those scheduled next week. So
I'm looking back to see if I missed any, like Sarah Davis, McArthur. Will I ever get a Lightning invite if I wanted a Pro?
okay, so the invites go out. Oh, so if you fill out the survey and said you wanted a Pro, you will receive an invite. Everybody that has a reservation will receive their invite. But I will tell you right now, if you're wanting a Pro and that's the only version you'll take, you just will cancel yours right now.
Yeah.
Because the Pro is completely sold out. XLT, I haven't looked lately. In fact, I wouldn't mind doing that. I don't know on the XLT if it's sold out. I know that they closed out, and for this last wave they did. I don't know if now it's saying sold out for the XLT, but I know that those will be coming in periodically throughout the next year, or till the summer, I should say. And so I don't know. Go to building price, what it says. Because if you look at Ford's building price on this, you can see that actually it doesn't say anything on the building price for it right now. So if you have an invite, when you go in, it actually will say whether or not, it'll say the Pro is sold out for the year. So if you want a Pro, they are not extending invites anymore. So basically they say, once you receive an invite, you have until August 31st to complete your invite to order, and then it's canceled. So basically they're going to start fresh again next fall, because what's happening is some of these dealerships that are EV dealers now, their contract to be an EV dealer ends at the end of 2023. So 24 model year is going to be only Model E dealers are going to get to be able to order those, and those dealers will be able to take those orders. So that's why they're going to basically reset. So everybody that has a reservation now will be invited by next summer or by this next summer, and they have until August 31st to fulfill their order. And if they don't by August 31st, that order will be canceled and they're going to start fresh from after that. So if you want a Pro and that's the only one you'll take, then you just will cancel now because it's not going to happen. It's done for 23 model year. So just think about that and then hope that you can jump on it early in 2024 and get one that way. XLT is supposed to be periodically. So
Grant asked, should a oil catch be installed on a 2023 2.0 EcoBoost?
Shouldn't need to install anything from when it comes from the factory.
Yeah. The WB says, count me in the Los Angeles show.
All right. Well, and we'll also be going to VidCon. I plan to go to VidCon this year. It's been several years since I went. And when is that? That's in Anaheim. And we'll try to do a meetup there as well, June 21st to the 24th. So I plan to do that. So only been to California once.
I had a question from Grant up here and I lost it.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm way taller. Okay. Boost. I know I was at the WB's thing.
Another week goes by without my 23 Platinum being shipped. Still sitting at AP 59 since 11/19. Are you having shipping delays from Dearborn? Yes. I know on the Lightnings anyway, and I think even the F-150s, we are seeing some delays out of Dearborn and out of Michigan. Yes. So, because they are able to produce F-150s in much higher volume than they do the like Mavericks and such. So we're seeing, because of that, we're seeing a lot of chip holds there. So
yeah.
So when is the LA show? I think it's in November. We don't have a specific date yet, but it's in November.
I have completely lost where I was. Sorry, guys.
I'm just starting back over here. So if you got a question and we missed it, you put one in there and we missed it, make sure you know there. So he says Anaheim works. Yeah, we'll let you know. Especially
here we go.
We'll keep you updated as we get closer to those dates. Does the Maverick Tremor 4-wheel drive system engage from 2-wheel drive to 4x4 automatically, or do you have to go manual select the 4x4 when needed? So there is a 4x4 button there that engages the 4-wheel drive, but you can also use the drive modes. So you get your drive mode, because I noticed when I went into mud rut mode, it automatically shifted to the 4x4. So it automatically will do it. So I always like to use the drive modes because you know it's in the correct 4-wheel drive mode that way.
Yeah.
So.
Is LM expecting a large... Oh, wait, I already answered that one. I saw it at Sarah Davis and I knew one. E Baker 331 says I should get you to add my name to the graphic. They enjoy the show with both of us. Sarah and Tim, I pick up my 2023 HPR XLT this Saturday. Test drove it yesterday and I love it. Can't wait. Thanks for the advice and info over the past year.
Cool. Hot pepper red.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
McArthur on the light. We answered that one. Okay. Does the Ford offered surface care cover rips or tears to leather or cloth?
I'm not sure. I mean, that's a lot. Finance deals a lot with that. I'm not sure what's covered in that, but I believe so.
Yeah.
It depends on your service contract, but.
Rodo says, can I use my 22 carryover private offer for the hybrid when I switch to the EcoBoost?
Yeah, that offer is yours to use. So let's say you had a hybrid in 22 and you transferred over, became a 23 hybrid. So you got that 2750. You can switch to EcoBoost. You still get 2750 off that price.
Yes.
You sure do. That is your private offer to use on a 23 model year order. So yes. So those elected to do that and go from hybrid to EcoBoost, it's actually going to help you save a lot more money.
Tom Krause says, please come to Minneapolis, Minnesota 50th Anniversary Auto Show, March 31st to April 8th. Only a short 9-hour, 610-mile ride.
think he's saying it's a lightning trip.
Oh.
No,
yeah.
but no, we know. Of course, our one of our favorite vendors, Dealer Teamwork. That's who's actually going to be doing. I'm going to be doing the speaking at Digital Dealer with. They're actually based out of Minnesota.
Okay.
So.
Well, we have another reason to be in Minnesota.
So when's that?
March.
Yeah. March
31st through April 8th. Only one.
So April 8th, man, that'd be back-to-back shows there because we got the New York shows April 4th.
Oh.
But media days you usually get in there before then.
Yeah.
So.
AMD Buck, does the Maverick Tremor 4-wheel drive system engage from 2-wheel drive to 4-wheel drive automatically, or do you have to manually select the 4-wheel drive when needed?
Yeah, I answered that one.
Okay.
So there's a button, but there's also the drive modes. So, because that's what, like your mom does that. Like when she needs, like when it's snowing, like we've been having snow and ice, she's used to just putting that 4x4 high on. So she just likes to just press the button. She doesn't worry about the drive modes.
Yeah, that was kind of
I was
funny,
flipping through the drive mode, and she was like, "What are you doing?" I says, "I'm picking the drive mode that says slippery."
Leo did the same thing. He's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm putting slippery mode on," because he was driving, and so I was like, "Park for a second." He parks, and then I start toggling through, and he's like, "What are you doing?" Putting it in slippery mode. It's icy.
It does make a difference because it does, change the shifting of the transmission and everything.
We forgot to put it on, and we actually did. The tail end kind of slipped a little bit around a corner.
I'm not sure where you're at, but Scoot's random journey says upfitter switches on the F-150 XLT a possibility. Not liking aftermarket options. Yeah, you should be able to get the upfitter switches on those. I'd have to look at the order guide. It's been a little while.
Tim Johnson says, "See y'all at Chicago Auto Show. Bring your guns." Well, you can't if we're flying.
When will you look deeper into my Maverick? I have done everything I can, Vicky.
Yeah.
I really can't do anything. I've went up the ladder to who I can, which is the head of our entire region.
Yeah.
And they sent information over to the plant. See, it's the problem is it's released from the plant. So it's technically been given off to the shipping company, and it's the shipping company's job to take it from there.
Oh.
And so we've done everything. It's been released from the plant. It's at ramp 54, and there's a plant side, and there's on the other side, I don't know what they call it, ramp side or whatever, but it's been released from the factory. So there's nothing really that, I mean, Ford will say, "Hey, don't forget about this order," and then they look into it and they, whatever. And so I don't know. I mean, so we've done everything we can.
I am frozen. So, upfitter switches on the
we talked about
F-150.
that.
Okay.
And then Chachi.
When will you look deeper in it? Okay, you just answered that. Okay.
Says they said, could you review Bronco percentages for orders with Sasquatch versus Sasquatch capacity? Actually, I cannot, because they did not give us that capacity or commodity this week because they're closed. So I do not know what that number is right now. I believe they're within capacity, but I'm not sure. The orders within capacity, I think they have as many orders as what they have capacity for right now, which also means that if they do open it up for 23 orders, that would put them over capacity with anybody that does order that. So,
Yeah. All right, I got caught up.
all right.
At McArthur on the lightning survey, I say that I only want a Pro, but now I want an extended battery. Is there any way to change this?
Oh, extended battery.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't get with that with the Pro. So,
You
I
have to
think
go
that
up.
survey was really just so that, if they, like they had last time where they had, they needed to schedule some lariats and get them in there. They actually pulled people that said, I want to get a lariat and give them invites. So you'll still get an invite, and so that way you have a possibility of going XLT extended range when XLT is available. But what it's going to do is, I think it's more or less people that said, yeah, I'll take a lariat. It's kind of moving them up in the list and getting the invite a little sooner, but you still get invited. So.
Okay. Esther Davis from Ron. I have a Maverick on order in Cactus Gray and black appearance package. Look good on your video. What is your thoughts on seeing it live? It looks good. The black appearance package on it. Yes, it looks good. My personal, I don't prefer the cactus gray, but if you prefer the cactus gray, it does look really good.
Yeah, it looks. I think it'll look good on most colors. We've
Yeah.
only seen it in cactus gray so far, but yeah, it's gonna look good on about anything.
Yeah. Vicky Dell says it sounds like we've given up.
Nope.
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 We are not giving up.
I check it every
We'll
day.
master it.
I
Yeah.
just In fact, I emailed them 3 times within 1 week, and I said, well, hopefully this helps. I said, to get it on and going on and everything. So
Yep. We're trying everything.
yeah, it's just I'm pushing it,
Yeah.
as much as I can. We've had people that have been waiting just as long as you on some other models.
Yeah.
So Maverick's not the only one that's getting delayed like that. We've had other people that
Got
well, we
delayed.
had our owner that ordered a vehicle for himself, and his got built, and it took 9 months for his to get shipped
Yes.
out. So we've had it even happen to the owner of the company.
You had it on your expedition.
Yeah, ours was only 4 months first. Theirs is a lot longer, but shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be first in, first out, but
Yeah.
it's happening.
Scoots Random Journey says that McArthur upfitter is not on the web online order form. My dealer doesn't have an answer.
Okay, what was that again? I was reading another comment.
Upfitter is not on the online order form. My dealer doesn't have an answer.
Oh, well, maybe I'm thinking Super Duty then, and not F-150.
Possibly.
I know upfitter switches on there on the Raptor, but on the
Yes.
others, maybe it is not.
What does
So-
Ford mean by a rotation number in regards to a scheduled order? Yes, I saw your email. I actually have it pinned in case for when we're done with these. What does Ford? They have the order number, and then they have the scheduled order or the scheduled dates, but then they also have a rotation number.
I'm not sure where they're getting what they're getting that information
From
I've never seen a
Ford
rotation
customer
number.
service.
I've never seen a rotation number.
Yeah, I've never
before.
seen it either.
Yeah.
That's why I was
If
saving
you have
it for tonight.
if you have a scheduled order though, it sounds like,
Yeah.
then I wouldn't worry about it.
Yep.
Because if you're scheduled for a build
Yeah.
day. Just
I'm wondering
wait,
if
be patient,
rotation
wait.
number is just something that the factory uses,
Probably.
and it's just something that we
Like-
don't need to worry about.
Yeah, it's probably just when in that rotation that it's going to get built that day.
It might be the workers' rotation, like this rotation of workers is going to build this one type of thing. We don't really know, but it seems like something that we don't need to worry about.
All right, so where are you?
I'm here at Fernie V. Do you know if the FX4 package on Maverick is a constraint due to the hitch?
No. I mean, but the hitch is a constraint in itself, but I don't think it's affecting the packages being scheduled.
Okay. Do you know if they are still deleting the Wi-Fi hotspot on Mavericks? I checked my Windows sticker and I don't see any credits on the sticker for feature removal.
Oh, well, then maybe they're not right now.
Maybe
They do
not.
that when they need to. So when
Yeah.
it comes to any issues, then they'll remove it. So it's going to happen periodically. But I thought we saw one order.
Yep. Christopher Scholes just said, tuning in. Any new news on when Broncos will open up? No.
Nope, we don't.
Nope.
Did you get vetoes here?
Vito?
What can a consumer do when the general manager of the biggest Ford dealer in the world denies that Ford has price protection? Not much you can do, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, you'd think as many orders they have, they would know a little bit about price protection and honoring those for those customers, but don't know. But
Okay.
Robert said something about
Maybe.
Ford saw a commercial that Ford offers a 60,000 mile warranty. True or false? Probably do. There's a lot of different warranties you can purchase. So, yep. But it's a 3-year, 36,000 miles on their vehicles. So, from the factory. So, a 60,000 mile warranty probably is available, but it's going to cost. It's not going to be free.
I'm not seeing his vetoes.
I think I'm behind.
No, I'm not.
Sorry.
Like,
Just keep going. It was
Okay.
above all those others.
oh, you're up.
Yeah, I just left it there. I didn't let it
Okay.
scroll down.
Okay. Okay. I changed my September 15th Maverick order to Tremor with appearance package. Is changing going to make it take longer to receive?
No. It might take longer to get scheduled, but because the appearance package is being selected at a smaller number than just the Tremor package, so that will take longer for it to get scheduled.
Yeah. Austin Smith says, I'm looking at the Tire Care Plus plan in anticipation of my 23 Bronco Sport. Can't find pricing on the Ford website. Is the price detail publicly available, or should I contact my financing team?
Yes, because the dealers can price that where they want to. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's probably why they might have information on what's included in it, but every dealership probably can price it how they want to.
Yeah. Where is the auto start stop button on the Maverick Tremor, since there are off-road buttons on the console?
Like
to turn the vehicle on and off?
The auto start stop where you can deactivate it.
Oh.
Because normally it's down there, right? Where's yours?
It's down there.
It's down there.
Yeah.
But there.
No, I didn't see it on there. Oh. No?
Yep. So there's no auto start stop there.
No.
So it's either going to be on the console, or more than likely it doesn't get auto start stop. So a lot of times on the Tremor, it's something that you can't deactivate. But I don't know. Great question. We'll look at it because we're going to be doing a video tomorrow on it. So I'll look and see if I can find it.
Do the new 23 Super Duties require an OKTB since it's a new model year, or do you think they won't experience delays?
Okay to buy. I don't know what that date is. I'd have to look up that information. But I'm assuming they'll have that, probably that okay to buy. I know it's a refresh model, but it's not a new model. So probably, unlike the Maverick where it had to be the okay to buy was delayed, that was a totally new model. So that might be a little bit different, but they shouldn't have issues, I think.
Is order priority a dealer specific thing or is nationwide thing? Are all 12 nationwide going to get built before 15 things?
Okay, so it's within the dealership.
Yes.
So it's like for us that, our priority 10s are going to be differently. So if another dealership might have priority 10s as well, they might not have any 10s. It doesn't mean that our dealership let's say our dealership has 50 priority 10s and another dealership that they don't have any until 12, doesn't mean our 10 are going to be built before another dealership's. It's within your dealership's allocations. Yeah. So
they're going to be built based off of how your dealer has
your
theirs.
dealer. We have 25 allocations. Our priority 10s are going to be looked at first. Another dealership might have 5 allocations, and they may not have any priority 10s, so then their 12s will be looked at first, or their 11s.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So it's all done within your dealership. So if you're looking at, like for us, some people look at us and say, well, mine's a priority 15. I got all these 10s, 11s. Yeah, but we're using a different system than other dealerships are using. So
yeah. Picking up my 23 Hybrid XL tomorrow. It's a non-rollover new order that I placed 9/16. I'm shocked. Yep.
More than likely you were XL and nothing else.
Hybrid XL, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So, and your dealership probably didn't prioritize the carryover orders over your order.
Yeah.
So.
Martin Jocelyn's. Does the dealership own it once it's left from the company? Or
we get an invoice on it, but
there's left factory?
Yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Trust me, folks. I had my Expedition sitting for 4 months. My wife was wanting to know what's going on. I couldn't get anything done. We had the owner of the dealership that's been ordering vehicles and having them shipped for years.
He even got a special built Mustang. Like he got one of whatever.
The GT. The GT. He got a GT, and we still.
He still wasn't able to get anything done.
So I know it looks like as a dealership we're dropping the ball and we're screwing up here, but there truly is nothing we can do. Yeah. We're told to contact this person, our sales and inventory specialist.
Yeah.
And I even emailed her manager because I got an email list of everybody within the Kansas City region. And I would, you might maybe even get more through the complaint line than we can get. But folks, I mean, we're trying for Vicky. It's not that we're just sitting here and not doing anything at all. Yeah. We're trying to do everything we can. So
it most likely is sitting outside. Unfortunately. Yeah.
Well, they're all, yeah. So it really could be as simple, because we had this happen on somebody's, we had a Bronco that was sitting in Kansas City, and normally once it gets to Kansas City, a week later we get it, and it sat there for like 2 months, and we couldn't figure out what was going on. We finally figured out it had a dead battery. The whole time it was just a dead battery, and because they're trying to move things as fast as possible, they'd go to get in it, it wouldn't start, they'd shut it, they'd go to the next one and pull another one in for that dealership instead, and they just bypass that one, and they keep doing it over and over and over. So
MD Buck says no start stop on the Tremor, exclamation points. Is that good or bad?
Some people don't like it.
I like it.
I don't care.
No, I like the. No, I like.
Technically, I have it in my Lightning.
I like the brake hold.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's on there.
I love that. No.
That's there. The auto hold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on there.
Okay.
But it's not the auto start stop.
Yes.
Button's not on there.
I like my auto hold.
We'll have to find out. It could be on the simplest being on the dash. It could be that they can only have 6 buttons there, so it could be as simple as being on the screen instead. I will find out. I'll find out tomorrow. Definitely find out.
We'll find it out. We'll figure it out for you. Happy New Year, 455 days and counting, but I now have a window sticker and build date for the next week.
Good.
Maverick Hybrid Lariat Lux with 360 and assist. Awesome.
All right. There you go.
Yeah, a lot of people do disable that, Martin. They do disable start stop.
Yep. Do hitch supply issues also affect? All right. Do hitch supply issues also affect the escape orders? No. I mean, probably the reason we're having issues with the hitches on the Maverick is because you have a lot of packages that come with it automatically.
Yeah.
Your luxury packages come with it, FX4 package, your tow package, your Tremor package, all comes with a hitch included. So because of that, then you add people that want it as optional equipment, and you have an issue. Whereas on the Escape, it's not really included unless you get the tow package, period.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's not going to be an issue on that model there.
So if it is available capacity out of all Mavericks built, or for Lux packages out of a particular trim series built. So like if you're looking at the capacities and you're looking at Lux, is that for a specific trim or for all?
Well, if you look, the percentages for the XLT luxury package is 35%. The Lariat luxury package is 30%. So it is based on that package, not necessarily either one. So now when we're looking at the black appearance package, it can be for either XLT or Lariat. So right? And Tremor's the same way. But
okay. I'm looking through some of these.
All right. Yeah, Vicky's just reminding me. Yep, Vicky, it's July. I understand.
Yeah.
Yep. It's been a long time. It's frustrating because, I mean,
I would be extremely frustrated.
We don't sell a truck until it comes here. Till that vehicle gets sent to you and you take delivery, we get zero. We get nothing from it. We want to deliver that truck as quick as possible in every situation. And so we're not as frustrated as you, I'm sure, because it's not our vehicle. It's yours. I'm sure you're more frustrated than we are. But I do, for 4 months, I knew what you felt like because I had the expedition my wife was driving, and for 4 months I'm like, what is going on every week? And I would call back then we had zone reps that we could call on and we could bug, and I was bugging her all the time. I'm like, hey, my expedition. She goes, I can't do anything. It's still within the date window of your ETA, so until it goes past that, there's nothing I can do. My hands are tied. I can't cause a case for your order until that happens. So I'd wait till the day after, and then it would expire, and so I'd email her the next day. I did the same thing for Vicky as well. So as soon as that date expired, I emailed the sales and inventory manager and said, look, it's past the window. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
We're waiting on this. So I've done that over and over. And then once it's within the window, there's nothing, Ford won't create a ticket or anything
Yeah.
for it because there's like, well, according to this, it's within the window. I says, yeah, but that window has changed 4 times on the vehicle.
Yes.
Come on. You should be able to see that in there, that it's changed over and over and over. It's within the window now, but look where it was released from the factory. But yeah, it's frustrating.
Where is the blend date located on the sticker?
Don't you know? I think it's at the bottom,
Okay.
but yeah. I don't worry about those. I probably should learn more about those, but
Do hitch supply issues also affect escape orders?
we talked about that.
Okay. Let's see. Law McArthur, did we confirm Ford is building based on constraints versus when orders placed?
Mixture of both.
Yep.
Really depends.
Yeah.
It all goes into the mixture of what they're looking at. So priorities looked at first. And then when they go and look at a priority 10, like at a dealership, that's the lowest one, or a priority 2 if there is a priority 2. So priority 10, they're looking at that order. But if they look at that order and they say, well, we don't have room anymore for any more XLT luxury package, that's an XLT luxury package order, then they're going to look to the next priority 10. If there's not, they're going to look at the priority 11, and they're going to say, okay, is this a not have a luxury package? Oh, it doesn't? Okay, then we can schedule that. So they're fitting into what they can build within a production cycle there. So.
Ragnar Khan says, I know your area is a farming area. Farmers often buy vehicles at a set time of the year for their tax purposes. Are they finding it hard to find what they need in the current market?
Yeah, we did this.
Much.
We did this last year on Super Duties. We said, hey, it was like in the summertime. We're like, please order your Super Duties now, so that we can have your Super Duty here for your taxes. And so we did do a lot of that last year. This year, some farmers, they don't necessarily have to have a new vehicle. They just have to purchase one.
Yeah.
So we saw last year a lot of people purchasing used trucks instead.
Yeah. The used trucks were a big market last year.
Yep. And one of the, just so you guys know, one of the new things that we're going to be doing this year is we actually, on our marketing, we're going to say we have trucks. That's going to be our coin phrase, because if you look, we actually have inventory. We
do.
have F-150 inventory. We now have a couple Super Duties as well. So we're going to say we have trucks. That's going to be our coin to phrase, because not only F-150, Super Duties, Maverick, that kind of thing. As we start getting some, of course, we won't have them not available, but
With the
but yeah.
farming community, it's really busy this week because a lot of farmers are getting in to buy their vehicles
Yep.
because they aren't necessarily farming. They don't have any
Because they get to the end of the
calving
year.
at the year right now. Right now is a good break time for them to come in and purchase. I know because we have friends out in Colby.
Clint, Clint said in there, what is the percentage of rollover hybrid orders of total hybrid orders?
Yeah.
That's a great question, but because you had to put a new order in, all 23 orders, whether carryover or not, were put in as new orders.
Yeah.
There's no way of being able to break that out. You could break it out if your dealership put in priority 10s, but nationally we wouldn't be able to know that number.
Yeah.
We could probably figure it out within our dealership, because we could look at all of our priority 10, 11, 12, 13s, and then look and see how many hybrids of those are hybrids, and I could give you a number of that versus our total hybrids. So we could do it within our dealership, but nationally there's no way of knowing that. So.
Zoom Zoom Jr., who's the current owner of Vicky's Maverick? Ford?
Don't know. It's not Vicky. And I don't think it's us until we actually receive the vehicle.
Yeah, until it's on our property.
Until we receive it. So.
Yeah. Ragnar Khan, and is the new high output diesel in the Super Duty popular in your community?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's been a big.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been ordering that one.
Yeah.
You get interest rates. Is that what I saw? 23
Oh
Maverick.
yeah, the interest rates. A lot of people are getting a little bit upset that a year ago 3% was common, and now they're looking at 7% or higher.
Yeah. 3 point. Yeah. I don't know. I know that there wasn't any. I know when people ordered in September, there wasn't any special rate available on the Maverick. So hopefully when people start receiving there, there'll be better rates. We'll just have to see.
Any good interest rates for 20? Nope. Michael asked you. Don't know if already asked. Have you had any luck getting someone's missing private offer matched up that isn't showing?
We have to keep bugging our sales and inventory person, and they're getting a lot of emails. But usually, what they do is then they forward that for us to the CNI, that's contest and incentives team, and then they look into it, match it up for us.
Yeah.
So I have had better luck of doing it in advance, but once they actually show up and then we don't have the offer, that's a weird situation and we don't get it resolved quickly. It's supposed to be done quickly, but we don't. So yeah, that's we try to make sure that's done ahead of time if I can. So I have about a dozen right now that aren't showing that should be getting them, and I haven't gotten any results. So as soon as they get back to work next Monday, Tuesday, I'm going to be working on that. So definitely. But
from Spexinator, what are the 2 codes for the spray and bed liner and rail system package?
I don't know. I have to look them up. What is it? I think 96 something is the one, the spray and liner, and the other is 61D. I don't know.
I know that the rail system is 61D.
Yeah, they're gonna need. They need to be looking for the cleat tie down kit C.
Yes.
So that's what they need to be looking for
Not
the
B.
rail, and
C.
it's not the dealer installed option one either, because that actually does say cargo management
Yes.
rail. But if you see the rest of the sentences, it actually says the bed rails. That's the crossbars. You don't want that. So you don't want the dealer installed one. So definitely. So you want the cleat tie down kit C for the dealership. And then the spray and bed liner is a pretty easy one. There's 3 options under the bed liners.
Smoking Quack 89 says, I placed a hybrid XLT with Lux on September 17th, priority 19, but my dealer said all theirs are 19. Does this put me back of line and should consider swap to Eco, or is good chance to be built? If everyone's at a priority 19, you probably do have a good chance. It doesn't put you at the back of the line. It just puts you on a pretty much even playing field as everyone else.
Yeah. So you have a place hybrid. So the hybrid's placed at 17th. Dealer said that they're all priority 19. This is
that just puts you. I mean,
that actually puts you ahead of most people because the 16th is when most of the people got theirs put in.
Yeah.
16th and 17th. So I'd say I'd leave it.
Yep.
So kind of talked about that last week.
Have we been billed for the truck? No.
Yeah, I don't know about the invoice, whether we received the invoice or not, but so usually we receive the invoice, but
they were going to suggest that they put in a repossession order and choose another shipper. I heard they trademarked the name Maverick Lightning. Any new info about that yet?
They did in Europe, but not in the U.S. So that's something a lot of people kind of went over, like just like a lot of people thought that the U.S. was getting the next gen Ranger in 23, and they didn't read the whole article that says the 23 next gen Ranger was for Europe first. Same way on the Lightning, they did trademark the word Lightning, Maverick Lightning and Ranger Lightning, but only in Europe. And if you guys didn't know this, but Europe, their goal is to be like 100% EV by a certain year. So Europe is going all EV. So Ford is knowing that they wanted it's more important that they get those EVs and being going all EV in Europe and Ford of Europe, more importantly than they are here in the US, because the US grid is not ready for that. So they know that we can still do both here. So we have not seen them trademark the Maverick Lightning in the US yet.
Yep. Austin Smith, I received an email expected delivery date back on 12/15. Still no notice of my Bronco Sport being shipped. Is this common? Maybe factory shut down this week. My Bronco Sport is coming from Mexico.
Yeah, we actually have seen quite a few Bronco Sports that are being delayed there, but we did find out the factory is down. A lot of factories are closed down this week, so Mexico might be as well.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Freddie says, I heard the Black Appearance package 10% commodity constraint breakdown by XLT and Lariat.
They don't give us a breakdown between the models.
Yeah.
So
Michael Geyser says, follow-up private offer question. My dealer won't look into my missing private offer until my Maverick is built. Is there anyone that I personally can reach out to? He has a VIN.
No. We found we have to email our sales and inventory specialist, which the dealer only has, there's only one that has their contact information, and every region's a little different on who that is. So
Yeah. Have we seen images of the new what the new Ranger looks like? At least the European version. Will the European
the new Ranger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will the European version look like the
24.
The 24? Okay.
Yep. So
There are vehicles out there. There's pictures.
Yeah. The one that kind of has, in my opinion, I think it's going to like the grill
Yeah.
that the Maverick has.
McArthur says the Europe grid isn't ready either and getting worse. Yeah.
Probably.
All right, I'm caught up.
All right.
I was looking through emails. Codes answered that one. Order approval and sent. He just wanted to see if his order's been approved. Have all of our orders been approved?
I
Our
believe
Maverick
so.
orders?
I believe so.
Okay.
And really,
Dealer.
because they're not doing private offers. If you get if you have a 23 Maverick that's on order, and then at the end it doesn't get scheduled, they're not doing a private offer for people going to 24.
Yeah.
So COV, that's why they're saying COVP isn't important, because you don't get that. But what it's important for is getting any price protection you might have. So if any prices go up, it's important that you had those done for any price increases. But yeah, we submitted all of ours.
Yeah.
So even if it's like months down the road, we can still like put an amendment in there and say, okay, we need to, this did get approved. But I haven't looked it up lately.
Yeah.
But last I knew, about 99% of them were approved. There were only like about 6 that are straggling, and it's because the names got flip flopped or something was entered, because they're all done manually by somebody. So, are we sure the private offers are going to get updated? Private offers are going to get updated. If most people has a private offer in there, and then we had about, I think I had 50 people that the private offers weren't showing when I pulled them. So I took all of our 22 rollovers that we had the order here at our dealership, and I looked them all up, and we had like a bunch that weren't showing up. And so I sent that list to them. And then I said, hey, how's things going? They said, should have all of them updated. I went through and checked all of them, but we were down to about 12. I said, so it looks like we have 12 left. So I sent them a new list, an updated list. Here's the 12 still missing. So once, they pull that and you see that certificate number, you're good. So, because here's the deal is on the private offer, when you submit it, as long as you have certificate number, when they go to do it, let's say you move, right? It's not going to match up. Ford's not going to say, well, they're not going to get it because their address is different than what their certificate says. Well, that's an exception that we can file for as a dealership, and we'll get it every time. Because I was like, well, when they put that order in, they lived here, but you got to remember it took over a year for the vehicle to come in from when you gave the certificate out. So that's an easy exception that you put in from the dealership. So.
Yeah. When the Broncos open up for ordering, I like to order from you. Is there a list I can get to place my order?
When Broncos open up ordering, I'd like to order from you. Is there a list? Okay, we are actually taking pre-orders for people. So we are doing that, and we are making a list to make sure we don't go over our allocations. Because we know we're supposed to get 80 allocations for new orders for 23. So we're not going to take more than those 80. Now that Ford has told us that number. And so we're going to cap at that. So we're calculating a list so we know those people. And those, 80 orders, we can put 80 orders in one day. So it's not a problem getting them in the same day. So,
Gene Hanks, so dealers still have a priority 99? Yes. And I have a question on that. This guy ordered a 23 Super Duty, but the dealer wouldn't listen and order under priority code 19. Called them out, and they showed them why it needed to be ordered correctly with the priority code 99. Since they couldn't change the order, they reordered another Super Duty with the correct code. The second one, they couldn't get the hard folding bed cover. Can they remove it from the first one? He received a VIN and build date for that one, but haven't for the second truck.
Okay, so, all right. So, yeah, because you cannot order the bed covers now because it's sold out. But that first order, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
So they should be able to change that priority to 99.
Yes.
We did it on all of ours because the way they did it when you submitted your orders, you had to submit it as priority 10 to 19. Once you submit it, then you go into the priority, click on the priority. All you got to do is click on that priority 19, change that to 99, and hit save, and it will save for them. Because there are certain things that are not available until job 2, and if they don't change that to priority 99, it could get scheduled without those things on there if you're wanting them. So they should be able to take that original order and change the priority to 99.
Yeah.
I would ask them to try to do that. So
Yeah. Yeah, I saw. Thank you, Dave Neely, for that tip.
and there are some people that yeah, thank you. It's awesome. I didn't see that one. There are, looking at Eugene here, he did say, so there are dealers that still have priority 99. So there are some people, those canceled orders got pushed over and left as priority 99s.
Yes.
If the dealerships weren't paying attention, they're still in there's 99. Not any of ours. We took care of ours. We had 4 people that actually canceled. They got, they had those canceled orders that got pushed over. And then when we reached out to them and said, okay, we're gonna put yours in priority 2 and everything. And they said, nope, I don't want it. So we went ahead and canceled those 4 orders. So,
Yeah.
So
Okay. Chris Overton says, hoping to take delivery of my 11-month rollover order Maverick delivery next week. It's sitting at the final rail yard waiting to be trucked in 5 miles away from the dealer here in Texas. Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Very great car. My bill email notice arrived Christmas Day. Someone's working overtime. They probably set up automatic emails.
Yeah, probably.
Brandon says, I have a build week of 1/9 for my carryover Maverick order. My dealer said,
Our audio is gone. Nope, I think we're good. Oh, never mind. It says
Oh.
fixed. Okay.
I have a build week of 1/9 for my carryover Maverick order. My dealer said my order is in production, sent to plant. Could the factory be ahead of schedule, or is this normal timeline?
It'll say it's going into production and
Yeah.
sent to plant, and that just means that, I mean, because we're close enough now that they usually send the window sticker and such to the plant about 10 days early, sometimes 2 weeks
Yeah.
early. So it'll say it's in production 2
Yeah.
weeks, sometimes as early as 2 weeks out. So that's normal. So
Yeah. James Finch said, I asked about the offers being updated. I mean, they are set to expire on 1/3. Will Ford reissue them?
yes. So the private offers, because of the way that works, they'll reset when they get second quarters incentives out. Those dates will change from 1/3
Yeah.
to April sometime.
Yep. Michael Saunders says, my bad, it was my audio. Okay. Is the park assist still available for the F-150? If not, if I order an F-150, can it be added later at the dealership?
I don't think that's being retrofitted on the vehicles. I can't find any info. I actually looked this up because there are a lot of F-150 things, and I was trying to figure out, well, how many of those can be retrofitted, because I know the heated steering wheel can be, and I did not see anything. I couldn't find anything anywhere. So they are removing the park assist. So that just that allows still on that active package to still have the Blue Cruise though. So that's what they're trying to at least allow you to at least have the Blue Cruise, but not the active park assist. So. Which my wife does not like at all. She hates when I use it when we're in the vehicle.
Yeah. If I changed my order to an XLT with the hybrid, would that increase my production date, or would I be better off changing to XL EcoBoost engine?
Okay. Is that one?
Here.
Oh, that was Owen here.
Yeah. I just realized I can answer that one.
Okay. Party is. So what did I decided?
If I changed my order to an XLT with the hybrid, would that increase my production date, or would I be better off changing my XL to an EcoBoost?
Oh. Yeah, switching to XLT doesn't. I mean, the XLT could help the XL, but then I mean, going to an XL hybrid and XLT hybrid, I don't think that's big enough. In my opinion, it's not a big enough change. I would almost leave it as an XL hybrid if you're going to do that. I think if you're going to do anything, switch it to EcoBoost.
Do you have any? No. Okay. There is no shortage of sand. That is correct. Okay. Once Mavericks start getting scheduled again, what month will they be scheduled for?
I think they may still be working on January dates, but I think possibly February.
Yeah.
So, good question. And usually we'll know that when they do schedule, because they'll tell us what weeks they're scheduling for.
Yeah.
Usually.
My dealer is going to check Smart Vincent, but he said his understanding is that I could not claim the incentive/financing from the time the order was placed and take advantage of the private offer Ford gave us of the rebate for having to convert to a 23 order. Is that true? So basically his dealer's saying that he can't use the private offer. Oh, wait. If they have the private offer, that means that they rolled over.
Yeah.
And so he's saying that they can't use the incentives and financing from the time the order was placed.
Correct.
Correct. Because you are no longer price protected. The private offer takes place of the price protection.
Correct. Great.
Yep.
All right. So John in here said, he was tagging somebody in here. He said that I'm in automotive semiconductor manufacturing. 7 current OEMs are my customers. We are almost entirely caught up with demand. Chip shortage is not a thing manufacturer has to catch up.
Okay.
There we go. So I think the point there is that the dealer or the manufacturers are receiving them and they're caught up, but now the factory has to put them in the vehicles that are out there that have been put off to the side, and that's what needs to be done. Is they need to be put in the vehicles and they're behind. So which makes some sense there. So that happened on that's what happened with my Expedition was, the when mine went through the factory, they were behind. What was that, back in whatever March of last year, but then when they got them in, we had other vehicles that were coming in showing up before mine. It was built after mine because they came in and they were able to put them on the line, and it still took a little while for them to go ahead and take care of them here. So yeah. So.
How can the build chances of an EcoBoost XL and XLT be the same with such different commodities? So
different on XL and XLT, because their plan is they're going to build so many XLs, so many XLTs, so many Lariats in a production year, and that number on the XL is 15%.
Yes.
So
right now, these aren't questions that are in the live stream. I forgot to mention that I'm going through emails that I've been getting, and thought they might be good for the live stream.
All right, so James has a question here out of the chat. It says, Ford chat said, I have multiple offers, but couldn't or wouldn't tell me what they were other than the private offer. How can I find that? Yeah, well, I can. You actually have your order with us, so I can look yours up and tell you. Sometimes you get the private offer from if you had a carryover order. Also, sometimes it's like if you have an ICI offer. Those are quarterly offers that go out, like $750. Those will expire within that. So if you didn't order before or within that window, then that's not going to be compatible. And then sometimes there's some other offers in there too. But we can look those up and kind of go through those and see. And we can always check all those offers and then let Ford tell us whether or not they're compatible with each other. So.
Yep. All right. Yep, we got spammed.
Andrew says, any information on the future of Ford, a full self-driving software updates, a Century mode, new models coming? Don't know. Open some auto shows, we find some information out. So I believe we do have another EV coming soon. So hopefully we get that revealed pretty soon. So I don't know. So, all right. So John, one of our members, says, thank you for everything you do. You are the highlight of my Tuesday nights, and the Mavericks are worth the wait. I waited 55 weeks for mine, and I love it. First edition he's got.
Yep. Joey says, I showed them while McArthur Maverick Truck Club. At least they were learning and not being ignorant.
That's our hope too, is that we do know that there are some people that come in here that are from other dealers and salespeople. We've had people reach out to us, so we hope people are accepting of that as well. So
yeah. Tony says Ford fired the Bronco / 150 plant manager. I think it was due to not having parts for production line startup after workers came back to the plant for COVID shutdown.
I remember that.
Yeah. Trey Justice has got one of y'all's first Maverick shipped to me in Texas. Just hit 12,000 miles. Awesome.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yep. Vaccinator. So our MAV scheduled into February. That means my wait for a hybrid MAV will be at least 15 to 16 months.
I think they're right now currently only scheduled into January. I don't think they're scheduled into February yet.
Is there a quality difference between factory spray and liner and aftermarket? I'm not worried about price difference.
Okay, so typically they're just as good. The aftermarket ones are just as good. Not a lot of differences between the two. So, and then usually the prices, like I know ours is the same price as is from the factory.
Yeah.
So
We price match. What is our opinion on hot pepper red? I love it. I didn't think I would because it's so bright, but if I had to go with a different color, that's what I would go with.
I do like it on the Maverick. When they first came out with that in the Ranger, we had a hard time selling them. So I think sometimes it depends on the model.
Yes.
And I think on those, and now on the Bronco, I think it looks good too.
I think I said, I told Lebo, I was like, the only way you can get me to trade my Maverick is if they get a split bench seat or if they offer it in Azure Gray or Azure Blue.
Azure?
Azure.
I think that's how I say it. All right. Spectator said the Ford Oval. You do have a Ford Oval on the Ford spray and bed liner. That is correct.
Yes.
So
that is a difference.
Yep.
Trade Justice, I have a video showing part of the delivery with a shout out from McArthur on my channel. Okay.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Okay. I have one here from email. He's buying a 23 F-150 limited power boost hybrid. It states that these options will be removed due to chip shortage, heated steering wheel, active power assist, and multi-contoured motion seats. Question is, will the functioning mechanisms be taken out of these items, rendering them eternally non-functional, or can these items be activated at a later date when sensors or chips can be available?
The only one I know for sure is the heated steering wheel.
Right.
The others, I don't believe they are. I think on the active park assist that it's it won't, and then the other, the multi-contoured seat, I believe is a part, not a chip issue. Like somebody had posted in there, was that they're caught up on chips.
Yeah.
So I don't think that it's more of a supplier part issue than it is a microchip issue. So if it's just a microchip issue, then it could be retrofitted later, I believe. But in these cases, it's actual part that they're not able to get from the supplier, from what I understand. At least on the multi-contoured seat, I know that. All right.
Okay.
So Austin Smith says, I would say come to Boston for New England Auto Show, but it's been canceled due to the lack of manufacturer and dealer inventories.
Oh, yeah.
Although I would like to go to Boston.
Yep.
I'd like to spend some time in that area up there.
Yeah.
Going to Maine was pretty fun, but I like to kind of work my way down the coast and go to some places. And I think Boston would be a good historical place to go.
Yep. Fiona says, my FX4 is hot pepper red. Not my favorite color, but there are times in the red bright light, it's the most beautiful red ever. I agree. Yes.
Yep.
Lonnie Geisler says, can you explain that elusive dealer allocation dilemma can seem to get that or accept many of us waiting for nothing? So are you asking about the elusive dealer allocation number?
Oh, like how many allocations, like each dealer? Yeah. Ford actually tells us it's a proprietary number we're not supposed to disclose. And that's just because it's such a low number for everybody on Maverick.
Yeah.
So just like we were looking at, the number of how many orders they have, I think that the number isn't, and the number's not 100%. When they say for the year, this is what you have, that is an estimate for them based on your current sales history and your sales number, because it's all based on that number for your allocations. So like this month, we could get like a certain number based on, it's a rolling 12-month sales about what, like right now, we've sold 10 Mavericks already this month, which is a pretty good number when we had, all the 22s being delivered and then now 23s. We could even end up with a couple more since the 2 Tremors came in and we also had another Lariat come in. We could sell 13. Well, that goes into effect for our, our allocations, that actually would count towards the next month's allocations, not January's. January's already set into stone there, but so every month they can reset. And so that number, that's an estimate for a year that they think you're going to get based on how many sales you sold the last year.
Yeah.
So on the Super Duty, they told us we were going to have 100 yearly allocations for Super Duty. So we capped our orders at 100. Bronco, they're telling us 80, and that's based on how many we get.
Yeah.
So that's we're stopping there. So that way we don't take too many orders. The Maverick, they didn't tell us. They didn't tell anybody what their number was going to be until after like the day before they cut off the orders is when they decided to tell dealers how many allocations they're going to have for Maverick. And so it's kind of hard for us as dealers to just, well, it's kind of late now. We already took the orders.
Yeah.
So
let's see. I had one right here. Is Cyber Orange a good seller?
we don't see a lot of those.
No.
We really don't see a lot of people ordering those. It's one of those colors. Either you want to stand out in the crowd,
Yeah.
you get that color. But I mean,
Yeah. Got here late, but should I just get a Wrangler? But is the Bronco going to be available anytime soon? MSRP, of course.
yeah. I mean, depends on how you want to, how you want to equip it.
Yeah.
We talked about this. If you're looking to order a 23, you don't have an order yet, and you want to do a new 23 order. If you're looking at a Big Ben or an Outer Banks, non-Sasquatch, non-hardtop,
Yep.
go for it. You can get it and should be able to get it within the production year.
Yep.
So.
Eric Mings, what's your thoughts on Ford discounting the Edge?
Discontinuing. Well, they're actually saying that they will go into 24 model year is what I think I read. Okay. I was going to actually talk about that this week, but I was like, well, I don't know. It looks like they are going to continue to build that at the plant. And they're just saying they're not going to build at that plant anymore after that. So I don't know if they're going to move it to a different plant or they're going to discontinue making it. Okay. I don't know. I know that we don't sell a lot of those. So I don't know how it is over the rest of the nation, but
yeah. Is there a difference in quality for factory spray and bedliner versus aftermarket? I'm not worried about difference in price. There really isn't a difference in quality.
My opinion, I mean, I've seen both, and maybe it's just the way our guys do it at our dealership, but I believe the coating is just as thick and everything. I know that Ford will not, when they do theirs, once a vehicle is built, it goes back there to do the spray and liner. They just spray it in. So they don't remove anything. Yeah. So whereas our guys will remove, and I make that as a kind of a big deal. They'll remove like some of the screws and bolts and such, so that they get it sprayed under there and then put those back into place. Yes. And so that way there's a good coating underneath, whereas Ford won't do that. So I've seen on F-150s where those plates from the box link system will get put on the side of that, and they'll spray around it. And they'll blue tape over the box link thing, but they'll spray around it. Yeah. And so there's no coating inside that box link system. Mm-hmm. So you can get scratches and stuff in there. And that's why I mentioned that. So it just depends. So I think aftermarket's just as good. It depends on the person that does it. Yeah. Really.
Is there a difference in... Oh, wait, I read that. I wish they kept the Flex that still held up style-wise. I wish the Flex had sliding doors. Yeah.
Franco down there said, oh, wait.
Fred Arnold, picking up my Lariat Hybrid Lux on the 29th. Will be in around 4:15 or so. Will we be around? Yep.
4:15. Yep. We have two people that are coming to pick up their vehicles.
Yes. Fred Arnold and Jim Durand.
Jim's one of our members too. He'll be in. He'll be here.
Yeah.
Earlier in the day, I think. So. Yes. Yep. We'll be around.
We certainly will. In fact, that's his late day, so Yeah. He'll be here. He ordered November 15th, 2021. My dealer charges the same price for Lennox. Lennox locally said they are very similar to factory, but they offer higher quality tiers. I've also heard of Colored. They now have where they can match the color of your truck.
Some companies can.
Some companies.
Gary said, plan on driving my XLT hybrid to Vegas. That's awesome. Yes. Hope I don't leave on a Greyhound bus.
All right. I went through the questions.
All right.
Email.
There we go. So, all right. And it's already 8:43, getting late. All right.
It is. Not as late as usual, but
Yep. Well, thank you everybody for your questions and for your and joining us tonight on a little bit lighter because again, Ford didn't have any news within the last week, so appreciate everybody joining us tonight and some couple new members and that kind of thing. So thank you very much. Hope you guys had a great Christmas and you get a happy New Year as well. That's coming up next week. And other than that, you got anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, thanks for all the questions. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Don't forget to smash that like button if you haven't before you leave. I'd really appreciate it. Everybody have a great and happy New Year. Don't forget to stay positive, be kind to one another, and be kind to yourself. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.